Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Correct.
Dude.
Drama. Bitch, please. Okay, bye.
Huh?
It's a house.
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
Oh, it's a house. Oh, I'm in the dark, I guess, tonight. Oh well. Pretty dark in here. Well, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's kind of like the gray zone. Let me turn that light on. All right. Testing. Yeah, it's probably pretty low. Hold on, let me fix it. Whenever you use StreamYards, it has automatically adjusts. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now it's back to normal. Sorry, but the volume. What does that mean? Sorry, but the volume. Yeah, I hope there's a verdict tomorrow. I'll try to get up early in the morning. Today I went golfing. I haven't been golfing for a long time. Actually, when I went to that beach trip, it was the last time I played. That was in early October. It's pretty cool though. I actually played pretty good. You know, I was 2 over after 16, and then I bogeyed the last 2 holes. And but I did shoot a 75, so anytime you can shoot something like that, feels pretty good. So unfortunately, it's deadlocked. There's probably one absolute idiot that's sitting on there. Just, I don't think so. I believe in conspiracy, ghosts, and goblins. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. My best round I ever had was 70. It was 1 under on that course, but yeah, 75. Shit, I'll take that. But it should have been 73 because I bogeyed those last 2 holes for no reason. Okay, that was crazy. But hey, I know this is Sunday night, you guys. But during the show, if you want to leave a super chat with a comment or question, that'd be great. You know, basically it relies on you guys, the channel. I've said that every single time I do a show, because that's the reality. No, a pro would shoot probably 68 or something. Why does the 2017 Allen missing phone matter if it wasn't geolocated at the bridge that day? Because it shows the intent that he was trying to hide it. That's why it matters. He has all these other devices around, and for some reason the phone that he was using during that time is just missing. That's why it matters. I'm not really sure how, it's kind of a strange question. It's pretty obvious. 'Cause, you know, basically it relies on you guys, the channel. I've said that every single time I do a show, because that's the reality. You know, pretty obvious. Hopefully it comes sooner. And it also shows that he's lying when he said that he had his cell phone at the bridge. He said he was looking at its stock ticker. Well, it might be a put down, but they should be put down. You know what I mean? Like, here's the thing is, there's no reasonable doubt in this case. Now, you might have reasonable doubt about an element in the case. Like, you might think, well, the bullet, is it reasonable that the ejection marks, maybe they weren't real, that might be reasonable. But it's not reasonable. The case isn't reasonable doubt. There's no reasonable doubt in the case. If you put every single element in there together, then there's no reasonable doubt. Okay? There's no reasonable doubt that, when he saw the white van, that somehow that isn't, that he saw a different, whatever it is. I mean, he saw a van of a person that lived there and drove by around that same time. Okay, it's not reasonable doubt to believe that he just guessed that. It's also not reasonable doubt to believe that Richard Allen isn't the person that Bree and her friends saw, because he's confirmed 3 different ways. First of all, the vehicle matching his vehicle drives by the Hoosier Harvest Store at 1:27, and he said he got there at 1:30, and he said he walked to the bridge. Then those 3 girls saw him. That means all 3 of those factors prove that he is the person that walked by right there. All right, you get it? Hey, thank you. Karen. Hi, Gray, and hi, Freaks. And Monica Reeves. And welcome to Angelina Dawn. Thank you, Kathy Friedenmaker. Anyways, yeah, I mean, put some questions out there. We can open the lines later, I guess, but if you put your question in a super chat, we'll definitely see that one first. So what do you got? I'm still waiting for somebody to give me anything that shows reasonable doubt in the case. There isn't anything. No, they don't believe the bodies were washed or anything like that. There was no DNA left there by anybody. As a matter of fact, the defense team, how do you guys explain this? Thank you, Kathy Friedenmaker. How do you explain this? The defense team said that it was a whole pack of Odinists. There's a bunch of them out there. How come none of them left any DNA? They didn't try to explain that. But somehow Richard Allen, one man, acting alone with dexterity, he couldn't have left the DNA there? I mean, not left DNA there? I mean, it's easier for one person not to leave DNA than it is for 5, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we didn't think about that. And by the way, back in 1981, there was no DNA. Nobody even used DNA at crime scenes. So why are those cases... Every one of these wackos that think DNA have to be everywhere, you should go back and, like bitch and moan about all those cases that were solved with the actual sort of the other type of information, just like this case has. Ejection marks on the bullet. Now, this one actually has surveillance footage. I mean, the stuff they used to use a long time ago, it's insane, some of the stuff they were doing. One single solitary man acting alone with dexterity. Hi, my name is Gray Hughes. I'm one single solitary man acting alone with dexterity on this channel. Yes, I alone. I don't know if I can do it, man. Yeah. Yeah, they'll want a CSI episode, everything locked in, what the hell's that show that has, like, Mark Harmon in it? Not Mark Harmon. What the hell's his name? I don't know. Every one of those shows on TV, yeah, CSI shows that just, come on. I mean, hell, even Lauren was like, yeah, things that matter to me are DNA, confessions, and something. It's like, okay, I mean, DNA is cool. It's great to have and everything. I mean, it's obvious in some cases, but I just don't think it's, to me, it's, if you get a circumstantial evidence string together, that's better than that. I mean, not DNA, of course. I mean, like if you have DNA that's semen or something like that. But I mean, that's rare, you know? Hey, thank you, Yorkie Mom. Hello, me here. The day the girls went missing and we see searchers in the water, how is it they did not find the clothes? They did find the clothes, yeah. And that's not the day they went missing. So that's what the confusion for people is. The helicopter footage, we can look at that again. Somebody emailed me about it. And, you know, it's like, here's what's weird to me, you guys. I've been covering this case for 8 years. I've shown every single element, every single thing over and over and over and over and over again. And people send me stuff like it's new, you know, like, hey, Gray, have you seen this video in the bar with Richard Now? Yeah, I've seen it 19,000 times. Hey, Gray, have you seen this helicopter footage? Man, it's really amazing. Yeah, I've played it on the show like probably 35 times, and we've watched it over and over and over again over the 8 years, you know. I don't know. It's almost like these people are new, and they're in there and they're watching these other people, and those people finally played it for the first time, and then they act like we haven't done that. Let's see. Searchers in the water. How is it they did not? They did find the clothes that day, and the girls went missing on the 13th. The 14th is when the helicopter footage is, and they did find the clothing on that day. Do you get it? Does that make sense to you, or? And then Jim Lawn said, "What the hell is a gigawatt?" Where is that? There it is.
1.21 gigawatts. What the hell is a gigawatt?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think so. AD, I have zero patience. But thank you. Appreciate it. Nana Caroline, good point. A bolt of lightning. What happened to the DNA they claim to have had way back? Well, remember all they said was like it was touch DNA on a sweatshirt, and there's only 5 markers. So that's probably just completely worthless. However, and it could be that those 5 markers didn't match him, but it's just touch DNA, so it's like, you know, it was on like the shoulder of a sweatshirt, I heard. Who are you talking to? This is the wrong channel, Cheadle. Yeah, wrong channel. These are the freaks over here. What happened to the DNA? Okay, what's the next one? Did you see where Paul Miller's house got raided by the FBI? What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't really care about that case at all. Absolutely don't give a shit about Paul Miller, that whole thing. He didn't kill her. Yeah, they're looking at him now because he's a dirtbag. That's great. I mean, what a waste of time. People are still looking at that case. It's just sick. You know? Micah Miller, John Paul, you know, hey, Paul Miller, yay. It's just, God. I mean, move on, you guys. Let's see. Are you sleepy, Esther M? I know, it's a boring case, isn't it? It's like it's already over. It's, you know, they already figured it out. Yeah, I know, I said any topic, but I'm not talking about, I don't, you know, come on, just. Did they present any data showing his phone wasn't present at the bridge? Well, his phone didn't show up in the data dump, you know? It didn't show up there, Brad. Yeah, that's what they said. The IMEI number showed that his phone wasn't on or anything on that day. And they can't find that phone. Don't you find that, like, remarkably suspicious? I'm positive he didn't have his phone. Hey, look at that. It's Guinevere Moon Mist. Boom shakalaka. That's so funny. Where'd you get that from? I just said that today. We had our announcer for the Portland Trailblazers. He passed away from, he hadn't been doing it for 5 years, but he used to say, boom shakalaka. And then I used to say it in here too. And then today I mentioned it on the golf course. What are the odds, Guinevere Moon Mist? What are the odds? You're not actually one of my friends that I play golf with, are you? I mean, that's pretty weird. I literally said that today. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, his name was Mike Wheeler. He was pretty good. He had some weird disease, though. I don't know what the hell. It was kind of a strange one. NBA Jam. No, it came from this announcer that we had. It originally began on the movies Stripes with Bill Murray, when they're like boom chakalaka chaka, boom chakalaka laka choom, boom chakalaka. When they're, why did the chicken cross the road? That cool part when they go to the thing. But then, as far as basketball, Mike Wheeler put it in there back like 20-something years ago. 25, 30 maybe. Thank you, Wendy Van Rokel. Do your wife and kids golf? Well, my wife was. I got her some clubs, and they're crazy looking clubs because she's so little and short, Yeah, so we did it for a while, but then she said she'll try it this next year again. But I don't know. I just I like going out there and just, sometimes it's really fun, like at 7 o'clock at night to go out to the golf course and you're by yourself and you have a cart, it's sort of warm and you just hit 2 or 3 balls a hole, just you and the course, It's pretty sweet. Hi, Gray. I'm pretty sure you went to Delphi, but I went this summer. Yeah, I went last year, in September. Yeah, but I don't really care about Paul Miller, you guys. He's not interesting at all. He has nothing to do with, he didn't kill Micah Miller, and that's what was interesting to me. And then it got crazy because the same nutter conspiracy theorists in that case continued to cover it over and over and over. Now they're showing up in this case, and it's the same thing. It's like a rinse and repeat. Hey, thanks, Guinevere Moon Mist. I must be psychic or something. Boom shakalaka. Rest in peace to that man. Yeah. Mike Wheeler was his name. And welcome, Missy R. Very cool. So I'll probably be getting up early in the morning, you guys. So if you guys want to, hell, that's 6 o'clock for me. Wow. That might be a full day. Hopefully they come in and have a vote, and there's something early in the day. I feel better. Here's what I believe. The longer it goes on, the more obvious it is that it's a holdout for not guilty. That's my opinion. Because there's no way in hell, as me, I mentioned it on the show, and then me and 8675309 talked about the same thing. There's no way in hell that I don't think somebody's going to it's kind of hard to imagine somebody. Well, I think it's basically the longer it goes on, the more likely it is a hung jury, I guess. Because if there's somebody out there that thinks they're guilty and they're the holdout, then they're not caving in. They're not going to let that family down. You know, they're not going to go, well, you know, screw it. I'll go with not guilty, and there's going to be never justice for Abby and Libby ever. And you just wouldn't do that. The only people in this case that would cave would be the not guilty people, because it's like, you know, the evidence is right in front of your face. If you can't see it, then you shouldn't have been on the jury in the first place. That's the truth. There is no reasonable doubt in this case. All right, let's see. The longer the jury goes, it will be guilty or hung jury. Right. But there's zero chance the longer it goes that it'll be a not guilty. Okay? I think they're working on a couple of people, and, you know, their minds are just mush, you know. You know what I want to know is, for each element in the case that are important, can you come up with something that's reasonable? So can you come up with something reasonable to me where the car that's backed in at the CPS building isn't... So Richard Allen drives by at 1:27, a car matching his. He said he got there at 1:30, and then he saw three of the four girls, and three of those girls saw him. Maybe all four saw him. I don't remember exactly how that went, but is there anything, what's reasonable to say that that's not him at that point? Can anybody come up with something like, what's reasonable to say, well, that's not him? And nobody can do it, man. Nobody can do it. Well, I mean, maybe, well, yeah. Yeah, defense attorneys do, Gigi, for sure. They should have Greg explain the timeline to the holdout. Yeah, there's no more. It's basically the jury has to do everything now. There's no more arguing. Like, attorneys can't say anything, or, you know. Well, the jury in this case, I think, is seen pretty much everything, and they've seen stuff that we didn't get to see. You know, like the full text messages, or the searches, I mean, and you know, Blue is surprisingly kind of moving around. You know, like sometimes now he'll follow me into my office and wait for me to drop a piece of food or something, a chip on the ground. And, you know, that's the old Blue there. He seems to be able to get up and down the stairs better now. It's kind of sort of interesting, you know, but he's definitely kidney failure, heart failure, you know. But the interesting thing about animals is they don't know that they have heart failure and kidney failure, so they just keep. Yeah, but humans, if they knew that, they're like, oh, and then your mental outlook drops, and then everything goes to hell after that. But dogs are like, hey, you know, you. It's weird actually, but. Hey, thank you very much, Juniper, Tarot, and Magic. Sending my donation in for charities. Thanks for all you do, praying for Abby and Libby's families. I'm losing hope in our justice system. Great. Well, I don't think, if there's a not guilty in this case, it's a travesty. Honestly, and I know there's a segment of the population that are following this case that think it's wow, all right, justice. No, it's not. Yeah. And by the way, I think I was talking to Susan, and she said that she ran into somebody that worked at Walmart with Richard Allen. He was just creepy. You know, he'd sort of like look at women, like get under a ladder so he could look up when they're standing up on a ladder, follow them, you know, and then stand and he's watching, and then when they look back, he sort of darts behind something. I mean, jeez, that's some. You know, and he said he's sexually addicted to whatever. So, Anyways, yeah, we don't talk about Paul Miller here. That whole case was solved. You know, it's a little bit like Chris Watts. You know, he even looks like him, weirdly. At this point, there's no chance of a not guilty verdict. I mean, yeah, well, somehow there's a holdout. I think a not guiltier would be more likely to switch to guilty than somebody who has to, you're looking at the family and you know the justice is on the line for two girls. It's not as likely that a holdout for guilty would switch to not guilty, because the elements in the case are overwhelmingly in favor of guilty, and there is no reasonable doubt in the case as a whole. Now, you might have reasonable doubt for, and come up with some, something you believe is reasonable for different elements. You know? Like, what's a reasonable doubt regarding the bullet found at the crime scene? Does anybody have any reason, like, what would you call reasonable doubt for that? Is it reasonable to think that somebody planted the bullet? And see, for me, that isn't reasonable. Because we could just do that all day long with everything. So, is it reasonable that the bullet was planted there? Or is it, it was deemed like 99.999% being ejected from that gun now, or is it reasonable to believe that other 0.1 something is actually what happened? And no, it's not reasonable to think that. Well, other than Guinevere, we're having an incredibly slow night, you guys. So if you guys are out there and you can help support the channel, get us moving along tonight, that'd be great. We're almost about a third of the way through this month already. Probably tomorrow sometime we'll make maybe a donation to Nick Meck or the Libby Abbey Ballpark again. Let's get some good funding for them. I don't have the Walmart picture of him. Mike, do you? Do you have the picture of him? Mike? Do you have that one? I mean, that girl could have been fibbing to Susan, but I don't, it doesn't sound like it. I didn't say I had a picture either. Got trolls abound. Oh yeah, remember that one? Yeah, I don't think I have that one. Where he's lying down, like inside on a shelf or something. Is that right? Well, Kami wants happy birthday. Mary Lou to sing her a belated happy birthday. And happy birthday, Kami. Are you going to sing, Mary Lou?
I'm so tired, Gray.
No, you got to sing happy birthday for Kami.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jack and me. Happy birthday to you.
God, that was absolutely terrible, Mary Lou. That was one of the worst birthdays happy birthdays I've ever heard sung.
I'm tired, Gray.
I know you said that, but couldn't you put a little bit more effort in?
Good night, Gray.
Oh my God, Mary Lou's out of it, man. Hey, thanks, Manak. Thanks, Gray. And Sammy Day Gray, thank you for the great work. Yeah, make sure to, in your super chats, to put a question in there, you guys, so we can... It's actually kind of fun going through those questions. Happy birthday, K-Me. Sorry Mary Lou wasn't feeling more up to it. Yeah, she's like a diva, you know. Alright, let's see. Maybe I have it. I have one that was sitting in a chair. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, it's funny. I never find that one. See, look, there he is right there. Zozo sent that to me. I remember that one. Yep, there he is. God, he looks like a cave troll or something. That's wild. I do remember that one. I just, I don't know why I don't have it in my folder. I'll put it in there now, though. There we go. Got it. Looks like a hobgoblin. Is that the one you're talking about up there, guy? I'm not sure who said that, but there it is right there. Wow. Look how different he looks there than he did in 2017. I'm not sure what year. This was like 2013, I think. Ish. Down the hill. That's right, an elf on a shelf. Delph on a shelf. Get it? Alright. Anyways. Oops, now I gotta open that back up again, because now I lost mine. Hello, Lillian. Alright, so what questions do you got? We played about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, the helicopter footage. But we can go over that again, too, because it's always really interesting, isn't it? The whole thing, to look at it. And it might be interesting, because the person that emailed me said we could see it, the property by the mirrors. Guess we could check to see if there's any disturbed ground there. Maybe you could see it. Mike Hooling. Look at him. What did you... You got that right. You got that, Mike. He just looks like a character in a movie or something. Like an elf. I don't really have any questions about Delphi, but here's some money for Baconators. Yeah, I tell you what, Blue loves Baconators, man. I mean, I think his dying wish, like if he was just about to die, he'd still scarf down a bite of a Baconator. You know? Like just as he was dying, you give him that last bite. Remember Danielle that used to be here? She always had an emoji for everything. Yeah. Do you think he was waiting for the girls, or was it random? Well, that's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. We've talked about it a lot. Originally it seemed like it was random. It seemed like it was random originally. And then in 2020 they said, oh, they're really, because law enforcement always said there was no social media involvement. But then in 2020 they came up with the Keegan Kline Anthony Schatz profile connection, which is a catfishing account that literally communicated with Libby's phone that very same weekend, Saturday, Sunday, then they get killed on Monday, and they looked into Keegan Kline and Keegan Kline and Keegan Kline, and then I asked one of the investigators once, and they said, we can't find any connection between Keegan Kline and Richard Allen. You know, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a connection. It means they couldn't find one because maybe it wasn't digital. So he could have, when he went, and now amazingly at trial, we find out in his confession that he goes to Peru, Indiana, or just north of there, like 3 miles, to his mom's house in Mexico, Indiana, which is right next to where Keegan Kline lives. And we always kind of wondered, I mean, did they communicate somehow? And there it is, man. It was just another thing. And so it's like, did he actually talk to Keegan Kline? Remember the 11:45? He was supposed to go to lunch, but he goes, well, I'm going to go get some beers. I mean, did he talk to Keegan Kline somehow and find out that Abby and Libby are going to be there because Keegan Kline's Anthony Shots profile was actually communicating with Abby and Libby that very same weekend? You know, specifically Libby. And then did Richard Allen know? Because he seemed to go home. He didn't want to have lunch. Like something happened. You know, didn't want to have lunch with the family. Gets a 6-pack, busts home, drinks 3 of them really quick to get juiced up. Gets his jacket, goes soaring over to the trails, you know, parking at the abandoned CPS building. Then he passes the 4 girls, 3 of them are witnesses, and he only saw 3, but when he passed them, they said he had his head down, looked like he was on a mission, like he was going, like he knew that they were going to be there. And then, when he was standing on the bridge when Betsy Blair got there, she said he looked like he was waiting for somebody. But she wasn't the one he was waiting for. So again, that's like 2 elements right there. Now we have those 2 elements and the fact that he went to Peru, Indiana that morning. So anyways, to me, that's still totally open, you know, still up in the air. But I think there is some sort of a connection. Yeah. So anyways, what I just said is exactly, you know, what kind of makes some of us who follow this from the beginning know that. You know? Come on, Jim Lawn. Wipe some shrimp off the Barbie. He caught a shark today. He sent me a picture of himself. He caught a shark. A bonehead shark, he called it. Right, and he just goes zipping home. He goes really quickly. He wants to go to the trail. It's weird, isn't it? It's almost like he got tipped off to go there, but it was verbally. So there's no digital evidence of anything. But then why wouldn't Keegan Kline then use that to get a deal? And what if he did cut a deal and we're just not going to find out about it until after the trial's over? If there's a guilty verdict, he gets a deal. You know, how do we know? And I was just told that they couldn't find a connection, just to keep it under wraps. I don't think Richard Allen was involved in the Idaho murders. Who's saying that? What are you talking about, the frozen lizard? You sound like a nut job. Let's see. Either way, he was on a mission to sexually assault and, yeah. Gave the local police the wink and nod that, yes, you have the right man. I don't know if they did that or not. That doesn't sound right. Well, I don't know what the lizard said. I mean, they said that one stupid comment. I just want to know what they're talking about. So the frozen lizard, what else you got? Yeah? Seemed like a really experienced trolls. So let's go ahead. What's your next comment? All right, I just unhid you, so go ahead. What's your next one? I've never said that in my life. Got 5 seconds. I'll give you 10. Claiming you said Richard Allen could have been... No, I've never said that at all. The frozen lizard. Did it actually show me in a video saying that? There's all kinds of videos out there. There's a video on YouTube claiming you said Richard Allen could have been involved in Idaho. That's all. No. Send me a link to my email. Let's see it. All right? That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Hey, let's get some memberships tonight, you guys. We're just like, we only have 2. And we're currently still about 70 short of me gifting some memberships. So we got a ways to go. Let's see. Looks like this. I should read that. Look at somebody sent Susan Hendricks this message. It said, "Hey Susan, I was wondering if Libby's grandpa was ever a suspect. He looks the most like the sketches in Bridge Guy. Not saying Richard Allen isn't the guy, but you never know." We're so clever and smart. Oh, jeez. And, by the way, she responded. Sounded just like me. That's amazing. Look at that. Guinevere Moonmist just gifted 5 memberships. Very cool, very cool. And by the way, you can ask any question about me if you want to. We're just not talking about Paul Miller. Or John Paul Miller, whatever the hell his name is. Thank you, Alley Cat, and welcome to Angie Lee, Nessie, Candy Apple. That's a pretty good reply. Here. I gotta read, I want to read Susan's reply on there. Yeah, what do you mean Gray is in his 50s? Alright, here it is. This is what she wrote back to the comment. So it says, "Hey Susan, I was wondering if Libby's grandpa was ever a suspect. He looks like most like the sketches and Bridge Guy. Not saying Richard Allen isn't the guy, but you never know. That's a weird thing to ask. Wouldn't Libby say, 'Hey Grandpa' on the recording? But since you asked and are probably brainwashed by ignorance, the answer is no, he was never a suspect. Please unfollow me if you follow me." That sounds just like me. She says, "I'm turning into you, Gray." Hey, you gotta cheer for that one. That's a great answer. Hey, finally, we got everybody got on the same page here. All right. Oh man, that's how you answer. And we've said that same thing also. Why would she film her grandfather coming on the bridge? I think we've said that before. And they would the grandfather wouldn't say "hey," and then they're like, You know, it'd be like, "Hey, exactly. Hey, grandfather." Wow, there she is. Crime Conversation with Susan Hendricks. Right there. Here comes the trolls. I can sense it. Yeah. They're always right there. They're always right there. Hello, Sean Flanagan. What are your thoughts about the killer leaving the phone? That never bothered me at all. I mean, well, everybody that's watched this show for years, I've always said, why in the hell would the killer take the phone? He never saw them record him. Libby had the phone down low by her side, and she literally like put it in her pocket as he's going by. And I think that's what happened later was her thumb, like the phone turned off, and then she put her hand in her pocket, and then like it seemed like she was trying to use her thumb to unlock it or something, but probably wasn't. That's what I think. But what do you think about the jury? Do you think the decision will come tomorrow? I think so. I mean, that's just what I think. I kind of feel like they listened to that and they said, let's just think about it. Come back on Monday. We'll look, you know. I think so, but, you know, the fact that it's gone as long as it has, it feels like there's somebody that's struggling to budge off of them wanting him to be not guilty. And I'm sure it's a guy. I almost bet money on it. There's a guy, one or two guys that are just hell-bent on the newfound sort of norm of conspiracy theory thinking. What's that mean, Will Warren? I don't know what that means. Hey, Plato, how come nobody ever says when I say the same kinds of things, I don't get the same, it's a beautiful response. I get, Gray, be nicer. Be nicer, Gray, gee. I mean, I literally have purge nights on here where I sit here and I say, hey, if you actually believe that Libby and Abby are if Kelsey is part of the killing or anybody in their family at all, please unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Okay? I say it like all the time. Gray! That's mean. Yeah. Appreciate everyone being here and reporting the channel. Supporting the channel. I was like, what? They're reporting the channel. The shrink on the jury. Oh. Yeah. Well, the shrink on the jury could be two different things, right? It could be totally two different things, but they're extreme. They're either this way or that way. They're not really kind of wishy-washy. So it could be one that's always diagnosed everybody with all these different disorders, and boy, they can really see it, and they get really too into the psychological mumbo jumbo, you know. It's too late. Susan texted me and said, beautiful response. Oh, come on, man. That's too late, you guys. I always sound the same to all these people. Hey, thanks for the PayPal alert. Or the PayPal, not the alert, but thanks for the alert and the PayPal, I guess. You know? Oh, we've got Lillian and also Miss Angels. What? Oh. We place washer right next to the nut. Oh, huh. Yeah, I think it's fine the way I got it. We got this really cool. Whoa, look at that. Crime Conversations with Susan Hendricks just gifted 10 memberships. Huh? Let's see, hold on. Hey, thanks, KK. Another KK. Yeah. How many KK? We got like 5 of those in here. But anyways, thanks, Susan. And also Jim Lawn. That was the demise of the troll Marty McFly and the birth of gigawatt conundrum. There you go. Oh, man. Crazy. All right, ask me any, like I said, I see the super chats questions better because they're kind of, everything zips by. So that's kind of what they're for, actually. I don't think there'll be court tomorrow. No, I think there'll be court tomorrow. Susan probably knows the answer to that. I'm almost 100% certain that there is court tomorrow. Yes, court tomorrow. You can just put it in the chat. We see it. There it is. Oh, will there be court tomorrow because of Vets Day? I hate waiting for a verdict. Cannot even imagine how the family feels, especially when... Yeah. I think it'll be a massive relief. Of course, this is a case that's going to have appeal after appeal. And who knows, there could be something that they'll be able to get another trial on or something. I don't know. But the truth is, Richard Allen is the person who killed Abby and Libby. Now, I know there's YouTube channels out there that are selling the public the notion that, oh, he's just somebody that's railroaded, and they're just doing it for clicks and subs, and it's more popular. So more people watch those types of shows. They just do. You know, I could do a show and everything I say almost like Nostradamus. You know, I wouldn't have a soul. I mean, I'll have like this, 600 people watching. If I started covering this case from the beginning using the same sort of, you know, it would be the same thinking style, but intentionally false, I'd have like 7,000 or 8,000 people. I guarantee it. I could be sitting there making videos and pretending something, and it would look really, I could really sell it. And that's one of the problems is, like, I do these cases and I know what I'm doing, and I'm showing you the reality of it using animations and images and etc. But there's something called integrity out there, you know. So I'll take a loss, you know, by just doing it the right way. You know, I'm not sure what else to tell you guys. I'm not going to invent something so that I get more views. It's just the facts are the facts, and that's where you go. And there's times where I believe something is real, and then later on a fact changes. Now people go, how does a fact change? Well, a fact changes when literally law enforcement, if they said something like this, well, the car arrived at 12:37. Then the next day they go, you know what, the car actually arrived at 1:37 but left the house at 12:37. That's a fact that changed, right? Because originally that was a fact, but then now it's something different. But people always think, oh, there's something sketchy about that. Ooh, there's something sketchy. And there isn't anything sketchy. It just is what it is. Yeah, right. Anytime that I have a title that's even slightly clickbaity, the information in it is exactly what I said in the title. Okay? And it's not even clickbaity. It's just like, that's what it is. Clickbait is when you say something like murder weapon found and have a really small question mark that's kind of off the side of the page. You know? By the way, I was talking to Susan. She says her hotel is like it's like the movie The Shining. They've been there so long, you know, walking down the halls, and it's like I mean, could you imagine being living in a hotel at a trial in a small little town for like 29 days or whatever the hell it's been so far? That's crazy. My father's alibi. Hey, you didn't send me the email. Thanks for taking my call yesterday. It was fun to chat about the important case. Above all, thank you for your integrity and dedication to justice. Well, thank you. Holy crap, there's Guinevere Moon Mist again. Isn't it ironic? A little too ironic that bridge guy looks like Richard Allen. It is weird, isn't it? It's like Richard Allen's bullet at the crime scene. It's like Richard Allen's bullet at the crime scene. It's like rain on your wedding day. That is ironic, man. He's so unlucky. I made a video on Koberger saying, you know, the most unlucky guy in the world. It was kind of like that. Same thing, kind of an ironic video. Great, if Richard Allen gets not guilty, it will be like end of Usual Suspect. The YouTubers will go after all of the Odinist people, but there will never be an arrest in the case if Richard Allen is found not guilty. And the reason for that is Richard Allen answered every question law enforcement had. They have no more questions. He answered them all. And if he's found not guilty, there'll be nobody else that can fill the answer to those questions. Because he's the guy. Alright, does everybody get that? I stayed, and by the way, that was in Oregon, that movie. The Shining. I think it was up at like Mount Hood. In the actual lodge there. Do you think there will be more charges brought against Rex Heuermann as far as more victims? Well, I wouldn't be shocked at all if there's more victims with Rex Heuermann, but we haven't heard of any more. They did connect him to all those other cases up there, though. And I've always said that every body that's on Gilgo Beach, he put there. And now they're starting to line up. One of the 97 ones was his. So there isn't like, oh, wow, there's other people just randomly dump body all along the same road. That does, you know, what are the odds of that? The Asian male there, he's also going to be one of his victims. He even looked that up on his internet search. Where are you from? Have you been to the bridge? Yes, I have been to the bridge. I live in Oregon, but last year I drove all the way across the United States from Oregon to Indiana, not all the way across, I guess, but like 2,700 miles. And I went there for the documentary I was in on the CW network. And you know what's weird about that documentary? Isn't that documentary a microcosm of this entire case? Because when I was on there, I was the only person in the entire documentary who, believed that Richard Allen is the killer. You know, it was really cool. I remember doing it, and after the show, and I heard from one of the investigators, and they said, "Man, you nailed it." Finally, they probably felt grateful that there was somebody out there that literally knew what the hell they were talking about. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy shit. Yeah, the whole internet is just filled with crazy people, you guys. And for some reason, their voices are stronger than the rational people that are out there. They won't find him not guilty. Right. That's a good way to word it. I can't imagine 12 people all saying not guilty when we do polls and we get like, well, but my channel is, well, here's the thing. I think my channel is rational based on the facts. The jury has the same facts that we talk about. And so I could see it being, although, you know, I don't focus in on the psychology stuff, so I can see how that could sort of cause issues in there because people, for some reason, start believing that crap, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's the psychological issue in the case is irrelevant. It's only relevant for the defense team, but in terms of the factual information that points to Richard Allen being the killer, the psychological mumbo-jumbo has nothing to do with anything. And their witness, psychology witness, even said that under psychosis, you can tell the truth. You know? So that means something, doesn't it? Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to give 5 memberships myself. And one thing that, I don't know why I forgot to take your name off the screen from an hour ago. So, hey, look at that. Susan Hendricks got some free ad time right here. What's the name of the documentary? What was the name of that documentary? Forgot. But anyways, welcome to Jen Hunter. And thank you, Kelly S. Gray. Where can... It was on the CW network. Does anybody know what the name of it? Yeah. I didn't have a hat on or glasses, you guys. They wouldn't let me wear it. I didn't even know who I was when I watched it. He confessed many times calmly, but no one would let him. Yeah, I know. It's nuts. I'm surprised the judge allowed it after ruling Richard Allen didn't have a serious mental illness during his confessions. Greg, can we do a movie night in here on one day? That'd be kind of cool. I just thought about that before. You refuse to argue with people online. No, I don't. I just argue when somebody tells something that isn't true. You just argue with them. What motion? What are you talking about, Lynn? I don't know what you're talking about. There's no motions that matter right now. It's all done, you know. Oh, Jesus. And anxiety, those are not... Yeah, I don't know, you know. Somehow it got put in somehow. You know, somehow it's in there. I'm not sure how we can watch movies together. Like you'd have to watch it on your own at the same time, or like when it's on TV, you know. I mean, how would I play a movie? I don't have rights to the movie on the screen. Watched the NASCAR today and the pace car got in an accident. The pace car? That's ridiculous. He only did the crazy stuff when he knew someone was watching. Right. I'm just trying to... Nobody has ever given me anything that's reasonable doubt for the case. I've asked it 100 times. Nobody gives me anything. What they do is they find reasonable doubt in one element because they could see how it possibly could be something else. And I think that's when I keep saying over and 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 over again that the proving that Richard Allen is bridge guy, the way I do it, is absolutely essential in the case. And you know why? Because once you prove that Richard Allen's bridge guy, everything else falls into place. Like now the bullet, there's no reasonable doubt, right? The bullet, there's no reasonable doubt at all. And then the confession that had the van, there's no reasonable doubt at all. Like you don't even have to, it's just like, yeah, come on, you know, okay, let's go, all right, thanks. Because it is him, right? So then it's like, okay, well of course that's his bullet then. He even admitted to ejecting the bullet. Man, you guys are all over the place in here. Anybody have any questions? I think it's great that she disallowed all the Odinist crap. I mean, that's absolutely irrelevant. There was no evidence at all on any of the people that they were going to bring up. And it's disgusting, you know, that they wanted to put it in there. And the judges disallowed some really important things on the prosecution side. For example, the images of him. I guess they came out, though. You know, they were able to sort of sneak it in on in the final day or so, I guess. The sticks placed over the girl's injuries. I don't think they were placed over the girl's injuries per se. They were just sticks placed on the girls, and then they were doing. I think what he was doing was putting one stick, and then he put another one. Then you go to the other body, put one, and then all of a sudden he got interrupted. I think he got interrupted twice. That's just my opinion, but I think when Cheyenne was on the bridge right around 3:40, you know, what time would it have been? I don't know, 3:30ish or so, he probably could hear them talking with the wind blowing in that direction. Well, I'll show you on here. Oh, there goes my stomach. Like, jeez. Man, it's loud. Yeah. So here's the whole day right here. So check it out. You know how these people say, oh, it was warm that day. It was in the 50s. It wasn't. Look it. I got it right here. The high was 44 degrees, and that was at 4:54. Okay? When the girls were crossing the bridge, it was 43. See, 154 to 254 is 43 degrees. Oh, you can't see it. I have to move it over to there. You can see 43 degrees. And then, man, it got cold as hell. Look at that. 6:54 was 38. When people were searching, it was 35, then 34, 35, 36, like that. It was really cold. And then the wind, however, so let's see, right when the girls were crossing the bridge, look at 154 to 254, the wind was blowing at, and good wind too. We're talking about, you know, there's 6 miles an hour and 13 miles an hour. So when they crossed the bridge, it was, you know, it's in between there. So let's say like 8 or 9, 10 miles an hour that wind's blowing. And the wind direction was, right here it says varying at 154, but then it's west. See, west varying west, and then 354 when Cheyenne's over there, it's west to northwest. So basically the wind's blowing like this at 10 miles an hour, and then eventually kind of blows like north, I guess west to northwest. What does that mean? North to north, what? West northwest. I don't know. I think it's backwards. Man, that's so weird. Maybe it's the other direction. That's crazy. Hey, who's that right there? Whiskey Higgins. Thank you. Maybe it's the backwards wind. Seems like I saw one before it was different. Blowing from direction when you read it. What? It's just a horrible how those young girls were tortured. You have to look into what? Echo chamber in... I don't know if it means it's coming from the west or it's... like, if it's a wester wind, does it mean it's coming from the west? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Right, well that's what I thought it was saying. So it's coming from the west. So it's coming from the west, and then I guess it could be... So the wind was blowing either like this or straight across at 10 miles an hour. That's why him being at the crime scene could hear it. Alright? But the people on the bridge couldn't hear a damn thing. So even if the girls were yelling or crying, you wouldn't be able to hear on the bridge because the wind was blowing in the opposite direction, drowning out the sound. But you guys, we just had a massive lull again, so if you're out there and you're able to help support the channel, that'd be great. Trying to get this month still kicking along. Trying to have one of those good ones where at the end of the month we can make a bigger difference. The judge wouldn't allow it because they didn't have any proof that the Odinists had any... I said that already, yeah. It was like 10 miles an hour. Yeah. I just said that. And I've said this many times over the years, but for some reason nobody ever hears it, never makes it anywhere. And the wind, I think, is really significant. The fact that it's blowing towards the crime scene, meaning that the people on the bridge wouldn't be able to hear voices at the crime scene because it would be fighting the wind. His defense should be fired for leaking those photos. I know what it means, Kat. I just went over it a minute ago. Did you hear me? Nikki, yes, the jurors in the trial said she voted guilty because nobody else could have done it. Let's see. I think it was his first offense. Oh, okay. You gotta tag people when you're responding to people. You use the @ symbol and then type their name in. Did he have any online searches for? I don't know. We didn't get to see all of his online searches. We've heard a few of them mentioned somewhere. Yeah, I mean, the crime scene flow video that I made years and years and years ago, as a matter of fact, on that video was March of 2017, should be like the #1 video watched in the entire case. It explains it all. And it's weird how accurate it was even back then. Should we go watch that again? What is that thing? I said we watch that and then we go watch the hey, Guinevere Moonmist again. Now everybody here's the thing, everybody, without Guinevere Moonmist generosity tonight, we'd be like at like a quarter of a nightly goal. So if anybody else out there wants to help out, that'd be great. And put it in the super chat, a question, something. My next case, well, Idaho 4, I think we have to jump back into because the stuff's starting to fade in my memory, but we covered that one just as extensively, if not more, lately than the Delphi case, for sure. And there's more to cover in that one. There's a lot more stuff going on. Yeah, you can ask any question on anything, just not John Paul Miller. I don't give a shit about that case, okay? It's been solved. She did it to herself, and the FBI is over there for some other unknown reason. I'm not interested in that guy. I don't understand the interest in the case. It's just like wild to me. So anything, yeah, I guess. But yeah, go ahead and put it in the super chat, then I can read it. The whole Karen Reed, man. There's people out there, that's all they do, man. They have like the industry of Karen Reed. Like there's a couple channels, they haven't covered anything other than Karen Reed for 6 months. Yep, that's right. He was eating his own crap. He murdered thousands of $5 footlongs over the year. What the hell does that even mean, Jim Lon? Did you have a few beers after you caught that shark today? It's stupid. It's not even an interesting case at this point. Karen Reed case is boring. Let's see. I'm trying to find this crime scene flow video. The original one is kind of crazy because it's, crime scene. Look at this, March 27th, 2017. So I made this 5 weeks after the homicide. Alright, look at this. And when I first made it, I didn't use my own voice. Like back then, I wasn't using my voice. I was just using these computerized voice. But the date is 3/27/2017. All right. And thanks, Jim Lon. Here we go.
Abby and Libby were dropped off here.
I have this like British voice that I put in there because I was like paranoid. And eventually I said, what am I doing? Yeah, but anyways, it's pretty interesting. This is the original. You guys want to see this or what? It's actually pretty interesting. And now, you know what's interesting is to compare it to what we know at trial right now, okay? So it'd be kind of interesting just to...
Yeah, and began their walk to the Nunnan High Bridge.
See, there's a little map in the upper right-hand corner showing the sort of the where they are on the trail. This is the original. A little info box on the right. Maybe I should re-upload this one. Crime scene flow. Please help support the channel, you guys. This is the place to do it. I didn't really have anything to say after I said this is the place. But you guys are it, man. You guys are the sole source of the income. If you think I do a good job and you want me to keep being able to do this, then I need your support. Thank you. Yeah, this was filmed like early March. I just made the video later. It'd be kind of interesting for you guys, I bet, to see the first one. But I played all of these in the... I played every video over the years, and they're in these like 5 2-hour long conglomerations of videos. Yeah, I said that, or I saw it, Lillian, earlier. I said, thank you. Yep. It was Lillian and Angel Z, Miss Angels. See, the pace is pretty good, right? Like you can hear the feet, like ding, 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 ding. See, we're 2 minutes and 38 seconds in. You can hear the feet walking. Yeah, he said he didn't kill him. Hey, thanks, Missy R. Ray, what's the distance again from his car to the bridge? I don't know. We're right in the middle of this right now, but maybe we could do that later. I would say maybe a mile total. Maybe 1.25 miles, actually. Thanks, trying to listen. Okay, I'll shut up. I guess he was kind of weird. He's weird in court. He's like looking at everybody, you know, jealous when his wife hugs the defense. Actually, I don't know if it was Mada or something. But anyways, she was just, you know, he's looking around, kind of creepy looking, you know. I didn't see him, that's what I've been told. Yeah, the question, you know, super chats are for questions that you want me to answer. I mean, I'll answer some that I just randomly see, but so right now it's been 4 minutes and 32 seconds. And so look, you're almost at the bridge right now. So this is where I think Richard Allen was, right here. I think he walked back in this area, kind of stepped off the side, and he watched the girls from way back here get onto the bridge. And then he finally sort of went after them. Probably sort of slowly moved up there. I think this is Bonnie Rain walking.
The video is approaching the red gates that many claim are actually people, in the photo with Abby in it. As you can see, it's merely a gate with a tree.
I've been debunking in this thing. Well, thanks, Amy S. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, if you guys ever went back to look at all the old things that we made, you'd probably be shocked. It's like better than anything you're seeing now by people that put out there. It's just, you know. See, everyone always thought this tree was a person. See, these are the barricades. Okay, so let's just go back a little bit again. I'm going to do this. So Betsy Blair, this is a good way to show the example. Betsy Blair says she was 50 feet away from Richard Allen on platform 1. She didn't say Richard Allen, but she said bridge guy. But Richard Allen is bridge guy, so they're in effect the same person. All right, there is no doubt. There's no doubt for anybody that has a logical mind. If you have an irrational mind with conspiracy notions, then of course it's not Richard Allen. It's some hobgoblin that popped out of the woods right when Richard Allen was still there. But it turns out Betsy Blair was actually 111 feet from the bridge guy when she turned around, not 50. And 50 feet's a lot different, don't you agree? Watch, I'll show you. She turned around at these barricades, not the bridge, which is 50 feet from... The start of the bridge is exactly 50 feet from platform 1. Okay, look at this. So right here you can see the barricade right there in the upper right hand corner. Look how far away that platform is. How in the hell did Betsy Blair get a look of somebody with any sort of accuracy at all? Hey, thank you so much. CR's Unique Take. Look at that. It's 111 feet, 37 yards. All right. So the prosecution should have said, because that's a distance where it's easy to see somebody look like Bridge Guy, just in general, you know, the clothing and everything. But to sit there and go, oh, he had brown curly hair, he was like, and he looked young and everything. You didn't see him. You're 111 feet away. I think her imagination got a hold of her. That's not even close. The person over there, you barely see him. Anyways. Look at how far you, look at this, to get to that first platform. Now, this right here, right now, is 50 feet.
Platform 1 is 47 feet from the start of the northwest end of the bridge.
See that? Right around 50 feet, you guys. See that? It was 111 feet, Betsy Blair was. I think I go through all the measurements here. Thanks, Jim Long. Right, it's a shame you can't...
Platform 2 is 187 feet from the northwest end of the bridge. Shot 1. Platform 2 to Vine is 42 feet 9 inches, approximately 36 feet to Libby's camera location and approximately 236 feet from the northwest end of the bridge.
There it is, look at, there it is. The vine right there on the screen. The famous vine. Right there, you see it? See that right there? Look at that. Boom, chakalaka. The exact spot, you guys. We are way ahead of everybody else for years. Again,
approximately 97 feet
March.
further from the vine is platform 3. 333 feet from the northwest end of the bridge. Shot 2. Libby positions herself on platform 3 and takes a picture of Abby. Abby is 13 feet 4 inches from the edge of the platform.
Now, you know what's interesting right now is from the parking area to this spot is 8 minutes and 10 seconds. I mean, so it doesn't take that long if you're committed walking.
The image is taken at 2:07 p.m. on February 13th, 2017.
I don't know why I stopped it there. That was a better angle than that.
Abby and Libby
There you go.
continue
Should have stopped it
southeast.
right there. And she turns around, they keep on moving, just like I have in my videos. This is in the newer animation that I put out. Thank you, Brandy in Indy and Miss Mystery Master. Again, thank you, Miss Mystery Master. And Brandy in Indy.
Platform 4 is approximately 474 feet from the northwest end of the bridge and 382.
Okay, so the northwest end of the bridge is behind us, right? Because what we're looking at right here, if you look at the map, it looks like this. This is the real look. So this is the northwest end right there. So that's, you know, in that direction. And we're walking this way to the southeast end of the bridge, which is right over here. Does that make sense? All right, so that's what's in this video right here. We're heading to the southeast end.
2 feet from the southeast end.
So let me point out something. I'll stop that and then show you this. So you know when you look at the bridge guy right here? See in the background? Can you guys see in the background that forked tree back there? See that? And then you see that little platform? There's a platform here. This is platform 6. Platform 5 is right there by that forked tree back there. See that? It's amazing how far away those items are. They are so far away from him, it's unbelievable. But when you look at it, you're thinking, oh yeah, he's just right, you know, not too far past those. But it's not the case. Right here, this is the forked tree right here on the right. That's the one behind him.
Forked tree. These trees are what make up the forked tree in the background of the suspect image, as you will see later. The forked tree is approximately 567 feet from the northwest end of the bridge and 289 feet from the southeast end.
So you know what that means? That means that that forked tree is 230 feet behind him in that image that I just showed you a minute ago. Now the forked tree is a huge
element. Platform 5 is the platform behind the suspect in the video still. It's also approximately 625 feet from the northwest end of the bridge and 225 feet from the southeast end.
Yeah, my friend Beth was out there with Bonnie. They would go out there and we figured out everything. I would tell them what to look for, like that vine. Beth would yell at me, "There's vines all over the place, you bastard!" Yeah.
When viewing the suspect image, there is an unusual bright spot on the side rail to the right of and behind the suspect's right calf.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you that. Watch. See this right here? See right on the right side of his leg there's this little white thing? Well, we always called it the white nodule. See that right there? Just to the right of his leg that's on the side rail, like a little white poofy thing on the side there. That's actually the damaged railroad ties that you could see right here. But you can only see it and have it look like that if the camera's down low. Hey, thanks, Angie.
Image, there is an unusual bright spot on the side rail to the right of and behind the suspect's right calf. This will be shown later. Platform 6 is 70 feet from the end of the southeast end of the bridge, while the suspect is approximately 73 feet.
He's actually not. See, after that we were able to determine he was actually almost about... I'll show you where the suspect was, watch. He's right here. See that little darkness there? That's where he was in the video that we saw.
70 feet from the end of the southeast end
it wasn't
of the
73,
bridge,
he was 58
while the suspect is approximately 73 feet.
So he was right here in the video with Abby and Libby. Now the wide angle lens makes him look even smaller that they were using. But so right at the end of the bridge, this is where Libby's standing up. Oh, you can't see anything. Hold on. Let me back it up a little bit. Sorry about that. Right here, see you're at this spot right here. That's the sixth platform, but the spot where the suspect is in the video is right here, like right in this area. So he's really only about 58, not 73. We actually got a better number later.
Southeast end of the bridge, while the suspect is approximately 73 feet. Abby and Libby were off at the southeast end of the bridge when Libby shot video of the suspect.
This is probably what it looked like, kind of wiggly like this.
The suspect is heading towards them in the video stills.
Wiggly, all over the place, And there's that little white thing. See that right there? That's the damaged railroad tie that I showed you. Oh, we got an ad on here. All right.
Help. You and I can finish what we...
As you can see, The light area, as discussed earlier, is on side rail
See
in
all that, you
both
guys?
images.
See that? See that?
Platform 5 and the fork tree are behind
Boom.
the. Note
that,
the
look at that.
stripes of the
Boom.
railroad ties on the
was
underlying
amazing.
video match.
That was just like incredible overlay right there. Can you see how perfect that is? Even the tree in the background is right there. Here, watch that again.
In this case, I'm so glad you are getting recognized for your amazing hard work. Hearing you on her show had me yelling and celebrating like I was watching a game.
Oh, really?
Cheers to you into the future. Blinking beer.
Well, thanks, JD White. He said, I heard you on Nancy Grace, Mr. G. On this case, I'm so glad you're getting recognition for your... Not sure how they got over there. For your hard work. Hearing you on her show had me yelling and celebrating like I was watching a game. So cheers to you and to the future. Well, wow, I appreciate that so much for, being excited for me. I don't know if I'll be on there again or how that's going to work, but I thought I did pretty well on there. They asked me some questions I wasn't really certain about, but anyway, watch it when this zooms in. Isn't that the most incredible overlay you've ever seen, you guys? Watch this.
As discussed earlier, is on side rail in both images.
This is the exact angle that Libby's camera was. This height, just inside the right rail, it's perfect. I mean, watch this.
Platform 5
Look
and
at
the
that.
fork.
Boom! I mean, that is just like absolutely. Now watch when it blinks on and off. I mean, it's insane. That is perfect. And I think this is a good one that, let me grab this thing. This is what I should use for the height analysis right here. I mean, that's so perfect. It's almost unbelievable. So, okay, I grabbed that. Anyways, maybe we can try that later again.
Tree are behind the.
Watch this. See when it turns on and off. Watch how even the white nodule, the platform, and the forked tree are perfectly synced with this image.
Note that the stripes of the rail.
I mean, that's just incredible. And that's when you know when it's perfectly lined up, because if it's not perfectly lined up, the white nodule's a little too far to the right, etc., etc., etc. But man, when this thing blinks on and off, there is no difference.
Railroad ties on the underlying.
The only thing that's a little
video
different
match
is like some of these lines. They're close, though,
the suspect image as well.
It's also a clearer video than this one.
The suspect likely forced Libby and Abby down the hill at the southeast end of the bridge.
Isn't this crazy, guys? So we did this March 2017. It's almost as if you're watching exactly what was in the trial. And that's why Robert Ives got a hold of me and they went, wow, man, you nailed this shit with that publicly available information. Yeah. Look at right there, you guys. Is that crazy? So other people went down there, but that's probably the exact spot. Look at that, right there, look at right there. Look at. See that? Boom, you go down there, it's kind of slidey, slippy. Then you start, then it sort of flattens out. There's a private drive, right? Then after you go, this is actually Julie Melvin's video. Like, she actually had some useful stuff until she got conspiratorial and crazy, So anyways, you walk down. There's a private drive. You walk down. You go all the way down to this flat area. Now look, this is right where Abby and Libby were made to march, right here. And I'm actually playing all this because this is where they were made to go. So all this video is exactly where they were made to go.
Across here to the creek, that's my husband's head. And
Alright. See, this is what's interesting. That's the spot right back there that I thought they originally were going to be made to go. And that's right here. So what we just saw was down here, and they're walking like this. And she's going to be standing right over here. Now, I told her about While I was talking about a bent tree, this bent tree right here was really significant for me in the case, and that's how I was able to sort of put everything together and line everything up. And the forked tree and that bent tree right there are basically the entire and that shallow area, I guess, are kind of like how I put all the pieces together all the way back then. But right back in this corner is where I thought that he meant to take them originally, and I thought they made a run for it across the creek.
You see the cross there?
Yeah, we've already gone over those.
You see the tape? You see the yellow tape? Oh, it is very shallow here. So is he on to all the way here to the actual creek? I just want to give people.
She mentions me here. That guy on YouTube or something.
Again, like the guy had in the video. See
Stay right there.
Limb? That's an outstanding limb.
Right.
And just to give you an idea, here is how shallow you can see the rocks. So you can cross there. You can go over here and cross. So you're already in the middle. You cross there. You're already in the middle. You don't have
pretty high over
too
here.
Much further to go. And God bless.
And see that little branch in the water there. I think if you even go up, let's take a look at Google Earth here. See, look, I have the yellow line going right from that branch. This is a April 2017 satellite image. So that branch right there is the same one that you're looking at in this video. It's right there. And if we back up a little bit, you can see the yellow tape.
So you're already in the middle. You cross
show
there. You're already in.
See, it's right there. There's yellow tape. It's just to the right off. It goes like that.
In the middle, and you don't have too much further to go. And God bless those girls. Found somewhere.
Yeah, but now we're trying to get a killer off. Isn't that great? And so this is what was on Twitter. So the video you're seeing now is a Twitter video that somebody uploaded on one of the stations from the crime scene. And see that tree that's bent over like that? And what was amazing is we didn't have the April 2017 satellite image. We had this one. And guess what? There's that same damn tree hanging out over the water. So I was able to figure it out using a 5-year-old one and also that shallow area, everything like that. But then later we got that new image, so I use this all the time now because this is 2 months after the murders. And here's that same tree right there. And that video that you're watching, and that's what I looked for, that bent tree, and boom. I mean, it was just amazing how it all kind of came together. But that lady standing about right here, looking across that way. See? And there's the private drive's right up there. Here's the bent tree. The water's higher. This is like a few days after. I don't know what that means, Justice. I have no idea what that means. So look at that, all the people. Even Julie Melvin I mentioned in that one. Before she turned into just a, like, nutter. I don't know what the hell happened. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Anyways, alright. Well, what do you guys think of that? Now, wasn't that super chat worthy, you guys? You have to admit that that had the special quotient for super chats. Because it was awesome. Yeah. And I'll tell you, I was in this Facebook group, and this lady said, once she actually found the forked tree in an old photograph of something. And that turned around, that changed everything, because for the first 2 weeks, nobody knew where anybody was on the bridge or anything, or 10 days anyways. And then I said, no, that's on this side of the bridge. And that's what made me look around, and that, you know, it's weird, it's like, yeah, it took a while to figure out where the crime scene was, you know. But it was that bent tree and the other elements that really made me was able to find that it was right here, and then the tape was right in that area, and their bodies were found kind of over right behind those trees right there. So now, well, there's one. Guinevere Moonmist at least agreed with that. Thank you, Guinevere Moonmist. Super creepy footage. You guys want to watch the helicopter footage from the 14th? Again, that's always interesting. Doesn't matter what time you're looking at it, but thank you, Blue Line King. Thanks for all the content and the hard work, Gray. Thank you for sharing the video, Gray. Well, hey, thank you, Missy R.
So other channels can't use them without permission.
Yeah, it's okay. I just do it. You know, people are sick out there. Alright, let's go. Here we go. Here's the helicopter footage. There is the Freedom Bridge right there. Guess what this building is right here, everybody? The abandoned CPS building. So that means Richard Allen was parked, backed in right there. In the video that I showed, I'm right there. See my mouse down here? And I went this direction. There's that same little trail. Goes around like that. And then right there. And then onto the Freedom Bridge. And then right there is where, right in this area here is where he passed the 3 girls. Then those 3 girls crossed this bridge over here. And then see this right here? That's Old State Road 25. And that's where Betsy Blair was driving underneath it. Man, you guys are lucky to be here. Gray, you're a bastard. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. If you have hair, it happens. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about now. And this is where Betsy Blair would have turned in right here, I think. I missed where the camera pointed, but I think, let's see. Yeah, so right here, Betsy Blair is on Old State Road 25, right there. And yes, exactly. She drove around like this, just with my mouse is, and then underneath there, and then came down this road like there. That's where I went through the stop sign in my video. Remember that? I know this area like the back of my hand. I've been there once, and even before I went there, I knew it. So when I went there, I didn't even get lost. I just knew where to go and drive around. And Plato said she sheds like a dog, that her hair grows extremely fast. So apparently what she's really saying is she loaned a shirt to her daughter. Maybe her daughter hair might get on her hand if she put on her shirt or sweatshirt. The logic that some people deploy in this case is astoundingly crappy. Right there. Oh, the abandoned CPS building. There we go. Let's do that. Let's do that one. Here we go. Let's go back. That's a great view of it. Don't remember seeing that one, but. All right. Here. Hold on. You didn't stop. Here we go. There it is. Look at that. Right there. So Richard Allen came in and backed in here. I wonder if he parked kind of off to the side over there. But look at that. Then he pulls out, or he parks there, and then he walks down that trail. And when he left, he probably went back that way. Gray, it's not fair. You keep saying it's Richard Allen. And there it is right there. So that path comes around, comes out right here, and then you go like this. And I did this in a video that I had. And right here is where he passed The three girls. What a great view of that. That's amazing. So, you know, it's a little shaded, more shaded in there, but not really that dark or anything. Well, it's premeditated regardless. He went there to kill somebody and assault them. Whether or not he premeditatedly went there for Abby and Libby, we don't know, but I feel like he was aware somehow that they were going to be there. This is on the 14th. The bodies had already been found and a helicopter was flying around. But the bodies have been found at this point. You know, we could actually probably do a shadow analysis to determine exactly what time this helicopter was in the air, but I don't know if it's that important. You know, just find an object and then see where the shadow's aiming. I'm sure it's probably like at 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And look, those people right there, that's like the three girls. They're just walking across the bridge. That's the bridge they were walking across when Betsy Blair drove underneath that. Yes, and please help support the channel. I rely on you guys. Thank you very much. And look at, there it is. The car goes around, underneath, and then out. When you have long hair, it literally goes anywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Yeah, well, we already went over that, Brandy. Yeah. He was walking back. He probably avoided them and he left out the other direction. He's not going to drive by there. Yeah, he walked by and then he probably saw that crowd and then he didn't walk by. He saw the crowd and then he avoided seeing them and maybe walked through the field. So he was walking down this road right here on the side. So I think he just kind of cut across like that. You know, like right here he would have cut across and started walking this way. And let's see if it shows it. So that's likely right across from the Mears property, but that's not the parking spot. So where that is right here is, let's go on the map. They're right here. That's that little road. They're looking like this. See that? Yeah. So it's kind of like about like that. And then see there's a house right there on the right. And then there's another driveway right here. And that's this one. Alright, this is the parking spot. So what likely I think happened was there was people standing here and then Richard Allen maybe cut across through here somehow and went behind and then made his way over here to his vehicle, crossing different things, you know, maybe even came around like this. I don't know. Yeah, and there's the cemetery. Crime scene is right down there. And there's a police helicopter. Then there's this break in this. Yeah, so this is interesting. So this would be like the shot right here. Right here is the parking area. Right there. And so Richard Allen might have seen the people were there and then kind of cut across like that. Say no to lulz, everybody. Say no to lulz. What abuse, Whiskey Higgins? What the hell are you talking about? Tell me if I've abused anyone on the show tonight, specifically, okay? That's ridiculous. Who the hell are you, Whiskey Higgins? You sound like a lunatic. You're such an idiot. And there you go. I am abusing you, okay? You're a fool. We've just been having a good time talking about, you know, elements of the case and trying to figure shit out and let people know certain things. And you come in here with that kind of crap? Oh well. There was testimony. They were yeah, so what? They're all over the place in there. Cut limbs. People go in there and clear it out. So that's the cemetery. So Richard Allen would have came out there somehow. Came walking out, and then he walks all the way down that way, they say. He's walking down the road. Man, you guys, it's dead as a doornail in here. Hey, thanks, Bama Girl 41. And here's the people. These are the searchers in the water. This is the day that they found the shirts and everything in the water. And it wasn't too long before the bodies were found when they found those as well. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if they are cut. There's cut branches all over the place. I've seen it. There's people that go in there and they clear out, you know, so they can go through. Maybe it's for hunting deer or whatever the hell they're doing. But I've seen them cut branches in there. Are they all odinous branches? Yeah, see, look how shallow that is right there. Well, that's interesting. Let me rewind that a little bit. Yeah, so these guys are standing in the water. That's like knees right there, right? And that's the shallow area. The girl's cross right over there. The crime scene in this image is right there. See this tree right here? That's the one. Unless it's, let's see, hold on. Because there is one, like when you get right here, there's this one that hangs out over the water, and then there's this one. But that's the one that feels like it is because it's more of a straightaway. And then there's the shallow area right there, the same one that you see right here. So I think those people are standing right there, and the crime scene is right there to the left of those. I mean, right here. That's nuts. So somewhere right inside the wood, right in this picture, just can't see it, is the crime scene. We know, Cindy. We've watched it. Okay. God, just. Yeah. So something right in there, man. I mean, it's almost visible in this shot. Somewhere, the crime scene. It's crazy. Oh, come on, Guinevere Moonmist. I think other people should be helping tonight, too. Don't you think? If you have crap to talk to Gray, why don't you just send an actual crap to Richard? God, Alan, he loves crap. I think Zozo would love that super chat right there. I don't know where you at, Zozo. That's a good one. That's a good one. If you have crap to talk to Gray, why don't you just send actual crap to Richard? Because he loves that crap. That's hilarious. If he is found not guilty, I hope true crime sleuths and forensic advancements help prove it was him. Well, no, because that won't matter after that. He can never be tried again. But man, that's bizarre, that picture there. I didn't realize that. That's right there. There's the police helicopter hovering over it. Yeah, we know, Cindy. You just type in what your brain's thinking, right? Like there's no... Yeah, the police helicopter knows exactly where it is. So do these people. They actually intentionally avoid looking at the body, but the bodies, but they're definitely in the right spot sometimes. My head is now looking right. I'm now looking straight ahead. We might be able to get some interesting shots of like, yeah, so the crime scene is right there where the helicopter is, right there. That's the Weber property. You just see on the left there with that drive. Oh. You didn't realize that? We've gone over this video 100 times. That's okay. That's alright. I guess you're not actually paying attention. Oh, God, I'm so put upon. Well, I knew you'd like that one, Zozo. That one's like right up your alley. That's the Weber property. See, look at that. That's the Weber property. The private drive is right here, and right when it turns, right down below there is that corner spot. So watch. Here we go. Go over to the Weber property, just like this. And then right when it comes around like that, there's the crime scene right down there, and the corner is right below it. And so that's right down in this area. The crime scene is right here. Actually, I think the crime scene is right there. I think I can see it. I see the tree with the white branches. Isn't that nuts, looking at that? What do you mean? Toys from Crypt? Alright, you guys, become channel members tonight. And look at, there it is again. There's the Weber property. The van was driving on this private drive down here. Goes underneath the bridge and then around and to the house. Crime scene is right here. Nathan came on, called in the other day. There's some blackness. I gotta go get a water. Thank you, Wendy Van Rokel. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the channel tonight. Special thanks so far to Guinevere Moonmist. I think you're over half of the... for sure. So there you go. There's the, again, the Weber property. There's the Monon High Bridge. They were taking out the end of that and then down the hill and across the creek. See, when you watch this, and all my videos, aren't you guys, the people that watch this channel, don't you feel like, hell, if I went there, I'd know where I was going? And look at that, it's Herbert Landscaping again. Thank you. But seriously, don't you think that if you were there, you could just walk around and you'd know where to go? There it is, look at that, right on the cable. Oh, that was a good one there. Hold on, let's do that. Oh, that was amazing. That was awesome. Look at that. You can actually hear their voice sometimes. Alright, that's the Weber property. Look at how crazy that is, right there. So that means the car was driving, and when it was about right there, right below there, Richard Allen would have seen him and then took them across the creek. Right over there. And it's that white tree that you could see in the background, amazingly. So let's go back a little bit. That's interesting. Like, my mind doesn't think of it like that. Yeah, because it's always north. But anyways, that footage is looking like this, and that white tree right behind it is where the crime scene is. So watch that here and again, coming up. So see it? There's the Weber, and right there, this tree here, and just a little bit back, is the crime scene. It's this weird, it's a branch with white, you can see it, like there it is right there, and that's the other one that's downstream, but it's this one, and right in here is where their bodies are, right in there. Yeah, that's the tree, and where these people are is very close to where the clothes was found in the water. Thanks, Karen. Thanks for Karen. Yeah, so somewhere right, this is the tree. See the white branches? God, look at this. Ah, man, that camera had panned to the left 10, like 20 more degrees. That was all over the crime scene. They probably knew that too. They didn't want that on there. What did Brandy do? What did Brandy do? Oh, my addiction days. I'm here to answer any questions about Indiana. Well, we don't have any, but 5 years since recovery. Well, good job. There you go. I didn't see that comment up there. Anyways, these guys right here, these are your police on the private drive, and they parked just above that area where I think that the, let's go back a little bit. I think it kind of zoomed in, right? Man, they're right there. God, this is nuts. Let me go back a little bit. That's the tree. And the crime scene is just right there to the left. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, they're in this picture somewhere. But it's blurry, right? But this is That's nuts. And they cut away. Notice how just they cut away because they got... I think they put this out later. Watch that. Watch that. Let me rewind it a little bit. Oh, wait. This is that awesome one with the... feels like it skipped ahead or something. Where was... Yeah, we were right there. Yeah, the camera flash is where we were about at, Bobby. I actually discovered those when I was doing these, and I showed people that you can see the camera flashes. They're right down in that area. It almost looked like I could see something again. Hold on. Something shiny down there. See, that little corner right down there is where I said... And then they crossed the creek, and then they ended up over here. Yeah, I showed you guys the other day when there was camera flashes. You'll see them in this other portion coming up. And that's exactly where the crime scene is. They're just taking a lot of photos. What are you talking about, Cindy? It's just... Yeah. It's big. The mouse is pretty big on the screen, you know. It's like... It's not a huge one, but... Look. It's right here on the map. My little corner area. It's right here. A minute ago you were just watching... Those cops are about right in this area. Then right down in here is where the... I thought that that's where he was going to assault them, because it's kind of hidden back here, you know, way back down in this corner, you know, but there's a bunch of trees lined up here, and you can't really... It'd be tough to see the bridge from there. There's the Weber property. That's right. Just throw some sticks down, and there'll be a bunch of people on YouTube that say Odinist did it and not yourself. That's where I flew my drone right around there, underneath the bridge around. Right, branches. We know. Let's not get too technical when people are just goofing around, you know. Yikes. Right, here is that same tree. The crime scene's right down here. I think we were just looking at this. Thank you, Vegas Andrews. Do you think Richard Allen
has watched your videos?
I bet he's watched my show before, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised at all. We had a case where I think it was like what was her name? I always forget it. It's like there's like a B and an A, like A or something in it. But we were covering a case, and this guy got arrested. He commented on my show because we did a show on this cold case. He even mocked the police, and then he eventually got arrested, and then he got charged. He had to do a second trial, and then he got convicted of it. It's like there's like a B or something in it, the name, or S, or what is it? Yeah, Stephen Pankey. But what's the name of that girl? What's the name of the girl he killed? But Stephen Pankey's the one that commented underneath my video. It's still there right now. Andrews or something? I don't know. How do you know, Samantha? Richard Allen Hill. Right, he was in there trolling himself. My name is Richard Allen, down the hill. I don't believe it. That's just ludicrous that he would do that. Alright, right here, boom. See that right there? See that where my mouse is right now? That's a flash from a camera. Watch, I'm going to back it up slightly. Now watch in that area. Okay, here we come. Bing, 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 bing. You see all that? That's the crime scene. Right over here. Here we go. Right there. Ding, 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 ding. Do it again. But let's watch. Okay. Right, watch right there. You guys see this spot? Watch it again. I'm going to just keep playing it from there. Watch. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, there they are. That's the crime scene. That's not the yellow tape, Betsy. I'm sorry for your confusion. I've seen the yellow tape. Those are flashes from a camera. We've done it. We've seen this a million times. I know what I'm talking about. Hey, thanks, Guinevere Moonmist. Can someone recommend a series of Gray channel that is interesting to watch while we wait for the verdict?
Can someone recommend a series on Grey Channel that is interesting to watch while we wait for the verdict?
Well, I'd go back and watch some of my Brian Koberger videos. I mean, those are freaking amazing, I think. You know? What do you mean things keep covering the screen? There's nothing covering the screen. All right. Yeah, I've covered Koberger's. Yeah, Koberger's toast. You know, there's no doubt about it. But the same lunatics on YouTube, they're going to make an industry on it. You said things keep covering the screen, and I'm saying there's nothing covering the screen on my end. I don't have the phone number's not open right now, though. Yeah. Oh, on your end? Okay, they're not popping up on mine end. So maybe you got ads popping up or something. I don't know. Yeah, so right here, see that? That's the camera flash. That's not the yellow tape. Yikes. What super chat? There hasn't been a super chat for like 10 minutes. So what's the... I'm not in StreamYards. There's nothing on. I'm not sure what you guys are referring to. Maybe you're behind a little bit or something. I don't know. Hey, it's Lil Puppy Paws 99.
Panky was convicted for Jonelle Matthews' case.
Yeah, Janelle Matthews. Yeah. So if you go to my Janelle, I'll just do it really quick. Here we go. I think it's this one right here. Janelle Matthews. I did this one 5 years ago. Yes, my channel existed. September 20... I look so much younger. Look at that. September 26, 2019. Go down in the comments. Look at that. One Sly Angel. That's cool. There it is. Look at that. At Stephen Panky 389. He said, Gray, I'm innocent. I live 2 miles away. Without considering police involvement, the case will never be solved. Okay. I typed in evil lurks. Oh, look at that. There's Jen H. I always get sad when I see that. Jen H was so great. She passed away last when I went to Delphi last September. I talked to her on the way up, and she wanted to live so badly, you know. But she had cancer, and she just kept, even, man, it just sucked, you know. She really felt like she was gonna get through it, and then when I get back from the trip, just like right after that, she had passed away, you know. So that's when we started our scholarship fund in honor of fallen freaks. Oh, Zozo was saying, yeah, the Kylie Rodney one was probably one of my best ones that I covered too. We nailed that one also and figured it all out, and it was done. But you know, the conspiracy nutters, they still cover it even today, amazingly. Oh, did she really? What an embarrassment. She's a hideous YouTuber. Yeah. Let's see. So we have our scholarship fund, and you know, we get two $3,000 ones. Have you guys been watching the videos at all? Plato or Zozo? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be watching them recently, but there's only like 30 or 40 of them. It's so much easier. And I guess if you want the scholarship, then send it in. But we don't do favorites like you can't go, hey Gray, my daughter's gonna get. Yeah, that doesn't work. They just submit like anybody else. If I don't want to know where they're from or anything, you know. Like I don't want to, like, any freak can have their daughter or son or whatever apply for the scholarship. I just can't know that that's what they are. Okay. Yeah, Sebastian Rogers. Oh, cool. Yeah. Anyway, so there was that. Let's get back to this one. Man, I look so much younger. I was like, man, I think I can look like that again, I think. Got the Fountain of Youth going. Who are you talking to, truthfully? I want to know if anyone has been here since the beginning, when Gray first started. Well, I think, like, you know, I think Zozo's been around, True Sleuth. Yeah, there's some people that were watching before True Sleuth, because I've been doing, like, I would say Lanky Tor would be the longest, because she watched my Jodi Arias videos when I was making those in 2013. I mean, so 11 years ago. You know. These guys are looking in the water for stuff. Yeah, Linda Howell's been around a long time too. But I mean, there's people that watch my videos even before I started doing live streams. Yeah, we were also doing, yeah, so I think, actually, I think, let's see. There's some other people that were following me since 2013 when I did the McStay case. Right around that time frame. Like Ada, you know, So there's like this, like an earlier group of people. That's what I said, Ada. Yeah. Good night, Linda Howell, as in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. And there's I believe that's the tree, so the crime scene is just below the camera here. And sometimes when a camera cuts out, I'm sort of wondering if they caught something they shouldn't. Now they're back over here. Luz Beltran. Yeah. I've seen you for a long time. Well, it's still a long time, right, Timothy? Anybody want to know anything else about me? I don't know what that means, Raptor Man. What does that even mean? Yeah, I have, like, the videos I made, you know what's incredible, you guys? My animations and everything were way better than what HLN was showing, but they were so popular. And I tell you, if they'd used my 3D models of the actual crime scene, their ratings would have even blown up more. And, I don't know if they worked like that back then, but it was... I mean, I actually made an entire reconstruction of that entire bedroom, bathroom, etc. Yeah, it's not as... Everyone, that makes it sound like it was some raging creek, it really wasn't. Not really that wide. It's like, I'd say, well, we can measure it ourselves. It's not really wide at all. It's like 100 feet. That's not armpit. It's not armpit deep with water rapids. Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, it's up to your knees in some spots. You just walk across. That is shallow, yeah. Oh, I see. That was sarcasm by Nikki Zibs. Yeah, you can't tell sarcasm unless you put a little mark in there. Yeah, I remember we were looking at this because there's another way. We were wondering if the killer actually went out like this. Watch. So the bridge comes over back there, and this is this other, it continues on. See this little wooded area there? And that's actually the same road that Richard Allen lives on. Amazingly. Richard Allen lives on that road right there. Here, watch. This is what we're looking at. It's right here. Just like that. What the heck? Come on! Guinevere Moon Mist! Believers in Jesus, please pray for my mom's complete healing for cancer. Oh man. She has surgery this Friday. We just found out a week ago. Believe in Jesus, please pray for... Well, I think even if you don't believe in Jesus, you can still pray, right? We just found out a week ago. Wow, sorry to hear that. So everybody put your little prayer hands together for Guinevere Moon Mist. And it sounds like her mom's struggling right now. Sorry, I keep saying your name exactly the same way every time. It's not like I thought the situation warranted me saying your name exactly like that, but that's just how I say your name now. Just like when I say Linda Howe is in Linda Moulton Howe, the cattle mutilations in crop circle. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Guinevere. Look at all that. Look at that, Guinevere. And we're going to make that all for everybody, too, right? Because Lisa Wilkerson's struggling with something similar, and so everybody, all those prayers are for everybody that is having problems, right? Haven't seen Lisa Wilkerson in a while, but it sounds like she has a little promising surgery coming up here. So, yep. Sure is, Zozo. Sure is. Thanks, everybody. Very cool. I just always say, Guinevere Moonnest. Yeah. It does. Lily Ray. Man, it's brutal. So in the video you're seeing, I think that's right there, right? Yeah. Well, I think it's... Wait, hold on. What am I looking at? I'm kind of confused. Oh yeah, so it's right here. That's what I was looking for. Okay, see that? See how that's exactly the same? Can you see that on the screen? The same junkyard looking thing, and then boom. So we had thought at the very beginning that maybe the killer, after he killed them, maybe he went back up this way and then onto this railroad, old railroad line right here. That's what this is. This line that you look right there, that's actually the old railroad tracks. And then it makes its way right to here. Now watch this. Boom, and there's Richard Allen's house. How weird is that, right? Like, that was a theory that we had a long time ago. And isn't that weird that it's just right down the road from where we thought that, where the railroad comes out right there, like maybe you stayed in those lines, and then there's Richard Allen's house on the same main road just off of it. I think that's pretty interesting, don't you think? No, he couldn't have walked home and came back later. Yeah, by the way, there's nothing to anything about somebody coming back later. All right, that's a total smoke and mirrors pile of crap that the defense team is trying to put out there. It makes much more sense that water or dirt or something got inside that phone, because the phone never moved again. So you'd have to pretend that when the jack, something entered the jack, they think that, oh, somebody put it there. Ooh, somebody was there, and it was... No, nobody was there. Because you would have to reach underneath in the dark, and then plug it in without moving the phone at all, so you could try to listen to music for a couple minutes. Why would he do that to go get his car? Wouldn't he just walk there in the first place? I don't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna end the show pretty soon because I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna try to get up in the morning at 6 in the morning. Yay! Got to do the watch. Right, he parked far away to, knowing that he didn't want his car recognized by other people parking at the trails. Like, oh yeah, I saw it there. It was Amen, Guinevere Moonmist. Well, I'm sorry I was complaining, Nikki Zubs. 3:30? That sucks. I don't know what you mean, Timothy Cecil. I never said that. I've already explained it all on the screen. I don't know what you're talking about. Grant Hughes Investigators, has no TV news channel ever asked you to use the graphics on... Not really. Not really, man. They're so, like... They're not good enough to make their own graphics, really. So, they don't want to, like, give credit. I don't know what the hell the deal is, man. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. But they don't make their own, like, 3D shit, you know? Like, this is pretty cool, right? This little thing that I made. That's 3D. I mean, it's literally 3D. Watch, I'll show you. Watch. What? I mean, that's what it literally looks like. I mean, from a different angle. You could look at it like that. Watch. You know, it's like a totally different angle. There's the cars, everything. You know? But from the camera view above, that's how I wanted it. What was the answer to your question, Timothy? I don't even know what you were referring to. Did somebody answer it for you? Yeah. Here, let me show you. I was going to open up... 37. This one right here. Here, watch this. What do you mean verdict what? Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to get up at 6 to do the verdict watch. Yeah. Here, watch this, you guys. This is my Idaho 4 animation. Look at this. Boom. Inside, this is the downstairs, right? So this is from outside the house. Watch. This is what's crazy. This is the house. And here's this character I actually built with a camera on top of their head, and the guy actually walks. You know, I'm not even... This isn't even supposed to be what Kohberger was doing or anything. It's just a way to look inside the house. So watch. There's a door opening. Goes around inside of Bethany Funk's room. And then goes over here. And then look. Up the stairs into the living room, right? And then look. This is down the hall. This is where Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle were found on the ground right here. See that? There they are. Boom. Dead in the room. Then you go this direction. Here is the... what the hell is her name again? Dylan Mortensen. This is her room right there. Now watch. Here's what Dylan Mortensen was seeing at that time. Watch this. Camera 3. Look at that. You could pretend that that's Kohberger. Watch. Ding, 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 ding. But I have him go in this room now, right? So, but right when he's walking by, that's what it would kind of look like. Then here's him going up the stairs. Well, actually, I have him just do a walkthrough in the house. So there's the kitchen, and then he goes upstairs like this, and then this is. Shit. Let's see. What time is it? It was so fun watching Gray build this. Yeah, we started building it and kind of changed it. There's the balcony. And... No, I was thinking of the other girl. Jeez. Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonzalez. Yeah. So this is Kaylee Gonzalez's room right there. I have her dog right there. And then Madison Mogan's right here. And then you open the door, and there's the balcony. You can see out the window, and you turn around. That's how they were found, like that. Apparently she was like sitting up, bent over. Yeah, I said that. Gonzalez, right. And the knife sheath was found right here to the right of Madison Mogan. And then the killer, when they're done, goes down the stairs like that. And then would exit out the sliding glass door in the kitchen. So This is where you want to go when we're covering that case, everybody. Alright? Not the other channels who won't be able to put everything together or synthesize it. Oh, Jesus. Gray, I'll watch whatever I want. Anyways. It's probably next summer sometime. Yeah. Man, they're way downstream in this one. Somebody tried to make it pretend that that vehicle right there was the killer. But that is driving to the Weber's property, that white vehicle. That's their... that entire drive is their driveway. Oh man, so the crime scene is right there. Let's take a look at that again. Yeah, I debunked a video where somebody tried to claim that that was the killer's vehicle. So stupid. Alright, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Yeah. So here is the tree, and they're right back here. I think. Unless that's... I think that might... Well, let me look at this again. Hold on. Yeah, so there you see 3 of them in the picture. So actually, I think that's the other one that we're looking at. This one right here is, I think that one. Is there another one around the corner? Gee, that's crazy. Look at that. It almost seems like it's that one is that one. I don't know. Weird. Thanks, Karen. Off to bed. Night, older sister. Cindy J's my younger sister. Needling, prodding on a nightly basis. Yeah, we went over the whole Zepp. We went over the food truck 1,000 times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so weird. Like, people don't realize what we've done. It's strange. I think I'm always like blocked on the algorithm or something. I have no idea. Yeah, I have the Koberger last hearing. I'll probably play it here pretty soon. Alright, here we go, Cindy. Here we go. Here we go, Cindy. Watch, 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 watch. Look at this. So here's the Moon and High Bridge right there. The girls walked all the way across. They were taken down the hill right over here. See my mouse, the pink mouse in the corner? Can you see it there, Cindy? Right there. They were taken down the hill, then down here, and then this is that little corner area right down there, and this is where the white van was. Right, look at what right here. The white van was driving by right there, and they look up and see, you know, Richard Allen looks up and sees it, and then he takes the girls across the creek to the crime scene over here. Alright, there you go. And the Weber property is right there. The Weber property is right here. So just the private drive goes right to the property. No problem, Cindy. I don't mind clarifying stuff, you know. I want everybody to understand it and get it. So the Weber property is right there. Wouldn't that be interesting if the van is in the the garage? I didn't even look at that earlier. Oh, really? That'd be great. Yeah. They pretend that they don't shadow ban, but they do, you know. Well, you'll have to show up there. Well, you do the probable cause. I think when this case is over, probably a week or so after that, I'm going to start doing the Idaho 4 again. We'll go back over the probable cause document. There's some newer information that was in some other stuff later, I think. Yeah, like his confession. Not confession, his alibi, you know, garbage. It's the most ludicrous alibi I've ever heard. Well, I was driving around that night too. I just don't know where I was. Can you show me where you think I was? And then I'll tell you where I was? Right. That's why the prosecution won't give him any information. Because they won't give the alibi information. So they don't give him the... That's just stupid. God. Yeah, looking at the moon on a cloudy night. Good times. What was she impressed at? Nancy Grace. I mean, she did say, wow, you did that pretty good. I mean, I'd love to be on there again. I don't know. You know what I'm looking for, you guys? I want there to be a news channel out there that actually will give somebody, like, the time to explain something that's really important and interesting. Because if anybody like this, like if Nancy Grace ever said, yeah, go ahead, Gray, you got 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. I could explain how Richard Allen is bridge guy, and like hundreds of thousands of people would immediately go, oh shit. And it would change the tides of the crazy people. But instead, you're in the middle of a sentence without a graphic on the screen, and then it's like, oh wow, that's great, and you don't even get to the main part. You know, it just... I said a lot of it, but I didn't get to the main part. You know what? This is when I was cut off at. I was cut off at when Betsy Blair got to the bridge. She saw Richard Allen. And then, oh, that was good stuff. The thing is when, the answer is when it, right after that you say, then Betsy Blair passes Abby and Libby as she's leaving, and Abby and Libby have to run into Richard Allen at that point. That's the most important element. I don't know. Like did I get a message somewhere? I mean, you would think the channels that have massive audience would want something like that. Yeah, it should be. Yeah. Where is there a white van in the driveway, Brian? Where? Where are you talking about? Let's go back to the beginning in here when they're flying around. Oh yeah, this might be when they go by the Weber's property. Yeah, we're close. Hey, no problem. Guinevere Moonmist. Thanks so much, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Prayers really work. My brother came out of a coma after getting hit by a Mack truck because of prayers. Ah, well, very, very cool. I think it does work. And you know what, Brian? Or I mean, Glam Dolly, you have to see it worked out in a graphic form to really get it. Yeah, well, that's why I was wanted to go look at it earlier over his house. Now, we haven't really looked at this video since that testimony came out, but we've watched this same video probably 20 times over the years on the show. But it's always interesting because you pick up other things, and the more you know about the case, the more you're able to say, oh, wait, this is the spot where, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, we know, Brian. We got it. We got it, Brian. We got it. We got it. And all it means is, yes, he has a white van. It doesn't mean anything. It has no bearing on the case at all. We already know he has a white van. We've seen it in his driveway in photographs. And this is the next day, so it's really kind of irrelevant. You know, it's like, even if there is a white van. That's his house right there. So I'm not sure I see a white van at the there, but it doesn't matter if there is or isn't one in this video. This is the next day on the 14th. Wow, look at that. Karen gifted 5 memberships. Donnie D, Mace Windu, Carrie Lasco, Sherry Miller, and V-Tac. By the way, you guys, don't let yourself be fooled on these true crime defense attorneys' videos and shows. They can't analyze. You know, here's the thing about those guys. They can't figure out what's going on in a case. What they are good at is, hey, here's how I can free a killer. Yeah, so maybe there's a van right there, you know. It's just not really relevant. Yeah, it's the next day, of course. Yeah, we know he owns a white van, so. Yep. Right, and they never try to figure out the case. They figure out, how can we free this person? What information? I mean, I'm not sure why anybody wants to listen to them. Honestly. They're not trying to be out there and be like a warrior for justice. They're trying to figure out, how can this killer, what if I was them, how could we get him off? Look at right here. This is the cell tower, by the way. You can see it right there. Did you see that? Watch. That's the cell tower. Just down, you know, but the crime scene is so far down a steep bank that the signal probably got cut off down there. Anyways, you guys, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. What do you mean? What's the story about the sweatshirts? It's really simple. One of the simplest things in the world. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? RitTid69. What do you mean by it? What's the story about the sweatshirts? What do you mean by that, man? Go ahead. What do you mean? Look it. Go ahead. What is it? What is it, man? Hurry up. Type it in. You got 10 seconds. Go ahead. Type it in. What do you mean? What's the story about the sweatshirts? Well, Kelsey said in one of her interviews that she's in this, and then at one time. Hey, thanks, JD White. See you later, man. Thanks. Appreciate your generosity and your nice comments, etc. Very cool. Have a good evening. Hopefully I'll be on Nancy Grace again, and we'll do a virtual high five again. All right, where are you? RitTid69, come on, where is it, man? Where's the interesting information about the sweatshirts? There's got to be something. Yeah. what who's getting at. What about that sweatshirt, man? Well, here's the deal with the sweatshirts. When Abby got there, she had a gray sweatshirt on with a hoodie. I believe that was also Kelsey's, if I remember correctly. I don't remember. I think it was. Then she had a pink shirt on underneath that. Then she had on her blue jeans and her Chuck Taylor shoes, and I think probably, obviously underwear, and then probably a couple bras or something. And Libby had on a tie-dye sweatshirt, maybe another or t-shirt, and a shirt underneath that, and then also wearing jeans herself, and also was wearing one of Kelsey's sweatshirts. And then they were both made to undress at some point, and then eventually at some point, Abby was allowed to dress herself again, but was putting on Libby's sweatshirt and Libby's jeans over the top of her pink shirt she had on. And I don't think she had any underwear on or anything like that, but she had the two bras, and then we also had, she had her shoes back on again. But she obviously had her shoes off at one point because she had to get those skinny jeans off to be able to put the larger jeans on. And then in the process of that, a hair from Kelsey ended up on the hand of Abby, which is absolutely makes sense. As a matter of fact, I even predicted that when they said there was a hair in her hand. It absolutely makes sense, right? That's what a normal person would think. Unless you're one of the crazy people out on social media who start going after the family, who I hope get their asses sued into oblivion after this is over and they are off of the platform because they are an embarrassment. They know it. Unfortunately, a lot of people watching don't know it because they're just as dumb as they are. You get it? So that's how it works. Anybody who's attacking Liberty German or Abby's parents or family members, you are a disgrace. You are a disgrace to humanity and the genre. You're just a disgrace as a human being, man, and disgusting. So if I could say F you to all of you that do that, I would do it right now to your face because you're a joke. All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate being here, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. So thank you to, we got to go through these. Karen, Monica Reeves. Then we got a new member, Angelina Dawn. Then Kathy Friedmaker. Yorkie Mom, then Jim Lawn, then Guinevere Moonmist with a cat eye donation, then Wendy Van Rokel, then Gummy Bear in Crime, then Guinevere Moonmist again with another cat eye, then Misty R became a new member, then Mallory Beavers, and then Juniper's Tarot and Astrology, then K-Me, then Richard Watts, then Sammy Day and Mike Holling, and Herbert Landscaping. Thank you. Then Guinevere Moonmist gifted 5 memberships. Then Alley Cat, then Employee of the Month. Then Jim Lawn, and then Crime Conversions with, Crime Conversations with Susan Hendricks. She should just say Susan Hendricks. Let's see, KK. Not the KK, but KK. Although her friends probably think she's the KK, but we have a moderator named KK. Hey, no problem, Glam Dolly. Ozzy, Trisha. And what I was just saying, I absolutely believe about these creators going after the family. And you guys should be exactly the same way towards them. I think it's disgusting that there's 41,000 views and every comment is, wow, this is so great. It is sick. I think Susan had a great line. It was like, she said, QAnon of true crime. That's what these people are. That's exactly what they are. It's perfect. It's ridiculous. Ozzy Trisha, 34 months, and Mothra, Jim Lawn, My Father's Alibi. I think she sent me a link to check out that case. And then Guinevere Moon missed again with a cat eye. Then Karen, then Mike Holing, then Ozzy Trisha, gifted 5 memberships, and Annabella Roma, My Father's Alibi, thank you again. Just emailed you about my mom's case. I'd be beyond grateful if you might consider covering it. That'd be awesome. And then I gifted 5 memberships, then Kelly S, then I'm a DNA detective, then Guinevere Moonmist again, then Jim Lond, then Misty R, then Trying to Listen, then Olivia, then CR's Unique Take, gifted 5, then Jim Lond, then Miss Mystery Master, then Brandy in Indy, then Aggie, then JD White, very cool, thank you very much. That was the one about Nancy Grace. Then Guinevere Moonmist, then Blue Line King, Missy R, Karen, CR's Unique Take, then Bama Girl 41, then Wendy Van Rokel, then Herbert Landscaping gifted 5, then Karen gifted 5, then Vegas Andrews. Then we had Michelle H gift a membership, then Guinevere Moonmist again, and then Little Puppy Paws, and then Judy Grandstrand gifted 5 memberships, then Karen gifted 5 memberships again. And I know there was also a double cat eye by Guinevere, so she was right around like half. But a good night regardless of her half. So thank you guys so much supporting the channel tonight. And thanks for all the channel memberships that you guys bought. 53 of them. That's crazy. Now, hopefully 10 of them stay around. You know? A lot of times, I mean, hopefully what you want is them to be channel members and then sign up after it to stay on board. I am sure Richard Allen bought a new blue jacket to replace the one that he wore. Yeah, maybe. The whole thing about he still has the same blue jacket and the same box cutter. And by the way, law enforcement really screwed up on that with the box cutter. I will say that. Because they were talking about how the doctor, the forensic guy, you know, so Richard Allen confessed, and then after the confession, way later, he said, yeah, I was just sitting around in my garage one day, and I thought, man, what about a box cutter? And then he said, wow, a box cutter is what did this, to match the confession. Now, wouldn't this sound better, you guys, if he had just said this? You know, I was always puzzled about what caused those injuries. And then law enforcement told me that Richard Allen, in one of his confessions, mentioned a box cutter. So that intrigued me. And I went and took that box cutter and I tested it, and my God, it had the exact same results. I mean, my God, you know that sounds so much better. And it's like, and it's true too. It's true. And it's actually like, I got a chill just saying it because it would be so damning. Like, yeah, we were always looking for what did this. And then he mentions a box cutter, and I'm like, holy shit. I went and looked, and it matched perfectly. That's what really happened. I don't buy that he was sitting in his garage. I'm sorry. That's one of those things that's just, that's too much. And I think that caused a problem. Because once you see that, and you go, oh, that's weird. They're catering what he's saying. And that doesn't sound good. If you just said what I just said, it's beautiful. Perfect. I don't know why it wasn't thought of, you know. I mean, and here's the thing. It might even be true that he did that. But even if it is, you got to change it. Because it's after he confessed. So no matter how you look at it, it doesn't look good. Even if it, you know, and sadly, even if it's true, it looks bad. Yeah, but it doesn't affect the case. That's the thing. It's just the box cutter, all that shit. Who cares, man? That's an irrelevant point in the case. To me, the box cutter doesn't mean a damn thing. Do you believe Richard Allen is bridge guy? Yes, he's 100% bridge guy. Okay, then the bullet shell is his, but the bullet itself, the whole bullet, is his. That was left at the crime scene because he confessed, referring to that bullet, etc. But man, why not just say what I just said? Man, I was perplexed, and it would keep me up at night. What in the hell caused those wounds? I've never seen them before. And then law enforcement told me that, hey, you know what? He used a he said he used a box cutter. And then he's like, whoa, let me go check that out. And then I tested it out, and I was astonished because it matched absolutely perfectly. And that answered my question. What did this? Oh, man. An expert saying that? Shit, that would have been like a home run. Instead of like, oh, wow, I thought of this too. And then he said this. And, you know, I'm just being honest. That sucks that they, you know, that's in there. Even if it's true, it sucks. Right? Don't you agree? It's easy to feel their presence. Thanks, Gray, for always being a voice for them. Hey, no problem. Anyways, I guess that is going to do it, you guys. Thank you very much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to get up early. We'll see. Maybe it'll be 6:37. I don't know. But anyways, thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person. Look at that dancing bear. That is a crime dissector, flag rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and pull like a moon projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I mean a
Spectre with effector
on his pector. With all respect, y'all. I know it's a rabbit. Who said it wasn't a rabbit? I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. Of course it's a rabbit. And I'll serve it to you straight. I'm the one that put it there. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. What, did I call it something else? Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. Did I call it something other than a rabbit? What did I call it? What did I call it? Oh, a bear? Oh, Jesus, man, I must be almost about ready to pass out. Yeah, it's our trigger bunny. Right. I'm not sure why I called it a bear. Man, that must mean I'm sleepy. Alright, thanks everybody. Be safe out there.
Okay, bye.
Correct.
That's right, Guinevere.